Hey everyone, welcome back to another video where today I'm going to be showing you how I record my videos, how I edit my videos, how I make the thumbnails, everything you need to do to be a clone of me. So first off, I'm going to show y'all my OBS settings. Now I've made this video before, but I'm making a more updated version because, you know, why not? So first off, in my OBS settings, I will show y'all. So, if you're not familiar with OBS, watch a video on how to use it, because you're going to have a really bad time trying to use it, but let's just ignore that. So, first off, the first thing you need to change, just straight out of the box, go to recording and output, and then set the output mode to advanced. Now, normally this I think will be on standard or something. I can't change it because I am recording right now, but you can if you're not recording. So, don't click the recording button. Now, by the way, super simple to use this thing. Please, if you this is not an OBS tutorial, just some good settings. So first off, set your recording path to a path that at least has more than like 20 gigs. Well, if you have a data D hard drive or something with like 2 or 1 terabyte, then I recommend that. But I'll talk about that later. Just so y'all know, this will take a ton of storage, so your little recordings if you get my settings. So make sure your recording format is on MP4 or you're gonna have a bad time. I use the NVIDIA encoder. I know if your graphics card is an NVIDIA one, then it probably won't be the same. Just try to get it so it has the same thing, but if it doesn't have the same thing, then you need a different tutorial, man. But for people who use a NVIDIA graphics card, set it to NVIDIA NVENC H.264, then set the rescale output to 1920 by 1080. Now, go down here and make sure you have it on CQP. Make sure the CQ level is at 16. The keyframe interval is at 0. Preset max quality. Profile high. Look ahead off. Psycho visual tuning on. GPU 0 and max B frames 2. Super easy. Just copy on these settings. Next up. Oh yeah. Also make sure you have audio track 1 and 2 on, because I'll talk about that later. Next up, on audio, you just need to, default, set this to whatever your headphones are, or I think default will work, but you could set it to, like, say you have a SteelSeries headphones like mine, you could set it to both SteelSeries and yeah, blah, blah, blah. For video, you need to change both of these to 1920 by 1080p and change your downscale filter to Lanczos. I don't know how to say that. Anyways. And also make sure your FPS is on 60 if your monitor supports a 60 Hz rate. I don't know why it wouldn't, but whatever. Now, for PCs that aren't really the best, I'm just going to tell you, these will really not work well for your PC. They're going to lag, they're going to take up your CPU. I wouldn't use these settings if you have a bad PC, but if you at least have like probably better than like a 1080, even worse than that I think would work, but anyways. So now, a really simple thing, I'm going to show you all my FPS window. OMG leaked. It's going to look kind of weird, by the way. So now in this little window, make sure you go to advanced audio properties, click here on tracks for your desktop audio, and make sure your desktop audio is on track 2 while your mic audio is on track 1. Now, if you're not recording with your voice, this doesn't matter, but if you're recording with your voice like me, say the background audio is too high. I just learned this, by the way, but say the background audio is too high or the mic audio is too high in your editing software that I will show you in a sec, you can change one of the tracks to be lower than the other. Alright, simple. So now the last thing you want to do, and this is if you're recording your voice, this doesn't matter if you use a no voice, just go to filters, make sure your limiter is at a good setting where it stops it from going into the red, and then also make sure you have noise suppression, because you do not want to hear background noise. So yeah, it's pretty useful. And now I will show you how to, like, not really use editing software, but like the kind of editing software you need. Now, in my older tutorial, I used Vegas, and I used a little thing called for like a little, like, say you can't get Vegas, then I use whatever that was. I think it was called Shotcut, but now I use Premiere Pro. Let's just say infinite free trial version, just like Vegas, for legal reasons. That's a joke. But let's just say if you don't have the money and you don't want to get the infinite free trial version, get DaVinci Resolve. It's a really good editing software. I used to use it, but then I was like, you know what, I'm not going to use this anymore because it took up too many gigs on my hard drive and it wouldn't go to the other hard drive. So I think they might have fixed that issue. I don't really know, but use DaVinci Resolve. It's really nice. There's a ton of tutorials out there, just like Premiere. But for my Premiere folks, I got you covered. So first off, I'm gonna just launch Premiere. And by the way, if you've never used Premiere, this is not a tutorial for Premiere, but I will show you the very basics to at least get you started if you've never used it. So yeah, if your thing's blank, just go to File and then New and then Project, and then now you can make a project. So I would save this to the same place you put your videos, so this would be like my videos folder, and I will call this test project. So there we go. So this is gonna be our little starting project. Now, oh, and it crashed. That is kind of normal since I'm recording with OBS. One sec. Okay, so we are now in. Now, I know it looks kind of complicated. It looks kind of dumb. I'm going to make this real simple for you, and I'm going to just show you all the basics. So, I have my own little profile, but to make my profile, I'll show you the very basic tutorial. Go to effects and make sure your thing kind of looks like this. So you're gonna have this little effects panel and you're gonna have effect controls. If it doesn't say effect controls and says source no clips, click on effect controls. Now, I know this looks complicated. Trust me, this is a really fun and basic thing to learn, and I think y'all will like it. Set this to about here, wherever it will work. You just generally want to have the preview pretty nice, and then you want to have the effects here, and then this here, a little audio bar just to check if it's going over the level, and then also here. So I made my own little profile. To make a profile like this and make sure it's always on effect controls, click these little dots right here and click save as new workspace. Now, since I've already done that, I will go on mine. This is mine, same thing. So first thing you're going to want to do is import some media, and the way you can do that is this little thing. So this makes it really simple. I think you're all going to love this. I'm going to switch to list view just because it's more simple. But what you can do is, yep, I have my music here. Crazy. I will insert whatever I want. So I'll do, you know, I like this song right here, so I'll insert the song, and as you can see, there's there, and then I will insert a video. So in my little save folder that I recorded this, I would drag in one of my videos. So the place you saved your video with OBS would be the same place you would drag them in. So now I'm gonna make this real simple for you. Import your clip, give it a sec. It looks hard. It's really simple. On God, bro. On God. I don't even believe in God. So, first off, I just want to say, make sure you import your video first before your audio, because you always want it to be 1920 by 1080. Say you import your audio first, and you just Control Z to undo, then import your thing, and if it asks you to replace something, just click yes. And then, now that you have your little clip, here it is. So, I would make this kind of smaller, this little thing right here. The reason why is because you really want to see like where your thing's at. So now if we click space, test. So yeah, we have my little test clip. So I just want to say real quick, this is not a Premiere Pro tutorial, but I mean, this is, I would just use this if you don't know anything about Premiere, and then keep looking stuff up, please. So the real simple thing, look at this, it says V, look at this, it says C. So to cut stuff, just click C, and then click where you want, and then V. It's really simple. That's all you have to do. And then for your little fade-in transitions, that's really simple. All you have to do is go to Video Transitions in the Effects panel, and then go to Dissolve, and then click Cross Dissolve, and just drag this little thing to the start of your video. Now you can have a little fade. Test. Same thing for audio transitions. You go here, crossfade, and crossfade gain. Now to make your clip like less loud, it's also really simple. You can go here to audio gain, and then you can set this to about -5. This is adjust gain, this is set gain. So gain is like basically your volume. If you go -5, you go minus feedback, and now you can listen. Test. We go back to the normal gain test. Boom. So yeah. So now, say you need to edit something, you can split something by using C, and then you can go V, and then so you need to click unlink, so all these clips are different, and then now you can go, I don't like the background noise in here, or it's too loud, so audio gain, and then -10. So now you have less audio gain there, or there, blah blah. This is a really useful thing that I never knew of until I saw it on video, so yeah. So now you're going to need another thing. It's called Media Encoder. Once you're done with your video, you're going to click I here, and then at the end of your video, you're going to click O. So now we have this little like highlighted thing, zoom out just to see, blah, blah, blah. That's cool. So now go to File, and then Media. So now go to File, then Export, then Media, and you will see this little window. Now, here's my settings, and they're really simple. You go here, make sure this is on H.264, and then make sure this is on high quality 1080 HD. Now, just so you know, you will need a lot of space for this. So after you upload this video to YouTube or something like that, then delete it because from your local hard drive, not from YouTube, because this will take up a lot of storage on your local hard drive. But all you have to do, set the bitrate to either 28 or 30. That's my rule of thumb. They look really good, and I like them. Make sure it's on VBR Pass 1, and then go to I think this is just good, so yeah. And then go to Q. Now, if you don't have Media Encoder, it won't queue and it just won't work, but if you do, there's ways to get it, then it'll work. So you can also do this without Media Encoder, but it's really bad without Media Encoder, and it will take, it's gonna crash way more. So all you have to do to get Media Encoder working and stuff, you just click this one button. It very quickly, low CPU render, it's super nice, and then it's done, and then you can go here and preview, test. Let's see, will this work? So yeah, as you can see, our video rendered, it worked, blah blah blah. Okay, now I'm gonna move on to my thumbnail tutorial. Now this one's pretty easy, but you're gonna need Photoshop for this. I used to use Paint and other free applications and better ones, but it was just, it's so much more limited compared to Photoshop and some other stuff. So I kind of have to use Photoshop for my videos or it just won't work. So yeah. So to make my thumbnails, it's really simple. It's like actually the most simple thing ever. You're gonna click File, New. Now, before anything, I have this little thing called I don't know why it says custom. It should say thumbnail. Still though. So make sure you save a preset called thumbnail. I don't know why it has two. I'll just delete that one, I guess. My thing's kind of weird. Basically, you want to set this to pixels, not inches. Please set it to pixels. Make it 1920 on width and 1080 on height, and then resolution 300. I don't know much about the resolution, but whatever. Click create. Wait for it to load, and boom, you got this blank canvas. Now, click on the lock, and then just go here and add a new layer. And then delete this one because you don't really need layer 0. Boom. So now you have a blank canvas, and here's how I do my thumbnails. I will go in game and get a screenshot of something. So I probably have something on my hard drive. So as you can see, here's a screenshot of Roblox with some good shaders. Basically, all you have to do is paste this in here. It doesn't really matter if you scale it up or it looks kind of pixelated, because in a thumbnail resolution, you won't really see like the fine details. So something like this, it doesn't look the best, but whatever. Now on a new layer, you want to add like, wait, actually. So now I want you to duplicate the layer by right-clicking and clicking duplicate layer. And then you're gonna have this. So I'm gonna show y'all a real basic tutorial on how to use this little tool. It's called the pen tool. All you have to do, go here. I think this works. Boom, boom, boom. This is basically just you masking your character out. So let me go here. This is a lot better than any other method of getting your character to have a transparent background, mainly because you can be kind of specific with this, and also if you hold, you get these little things right here, and that really helps because you don't need to do every single pixel like people have seen on TikTok. Trust me, man, those freaking light motion editors, what are they doing, for real? So yeah, don't go too crazy. Remember, your thumbnail is going to be small, so people can't really see every fine detail, so you don't need to make this the most perfect thing. That's something you're gonna have to really learn, but yeah. You see, thumbnails, they have an art, because if you can't make your thumbnail pop, and if you can't really like just get the fine rule of thumb in your thumbnail, you're really gonna get no good result, and you're probably not gonna get enough views. So just remember, get this nice little look to it. You know, simple stuff. It's a bit hard, but it's not the hardest thing. It could be a lot harder. Trust me. Paint.net, man, you can't even mask in Paint.net, so it's really nice to have this feature. I don't think there's even a masking plugin, so yeah. Anyways, use Photoshop. It's better than Paint.net in a lot of ways, but Paint.net can also be a lot better. Say you're having to crop a UI, Paint.net can be really, really good with that compared to Photoshop, just because of how simple Paint.net is, so yeah. And finally, click this little thing, and now for the simplest part, right-click, click create vector mask, and then you can go here, blending options. Now here's how I do my little layers and do the cool effects. Right click blending options, do stroke. Now it's probably not going to look like this. Let me just show you how to do this. So please do not have bevel on. So for stroke, make sure your size is pretty good. Make sure your position's on outside, blending mode normal. Don't really mess with the opacity. Just click on here and make sure things set to gradient by clicking this little menu, not color. And then for your gradient, I'm going to pick a nice little pink, whatever is like most in your scene. Like I have a pink and red here. I'm going to pick a little pink red thing, so I think this will work. Yeah, no, that works. So then go to outer glow and check this box. Now it's probably not going to look the same. Just copy these settings. I'll give you a second. There you go. And then set this to the general color, so you can like click here, boom, whatever works. I would just set it to a poppy color that kind of matches. It doesn't really matter. And then boom, you got a little thing. So now you're gonna need to right click this and click copy layer style, and then you're gonna want to install this font. You can find it in the description if I actually link it. Pray that I link it, but if I don't, that's fine, because it's really simple to find. Also make sure you set your little color up here to white. So now set your font to about 100 or 200. 200 works, but if it's too big, then do 100. And then if it doesn't break weirdly, yep, that is way too big. So as you can see, I kind of messed up with that one. I don't know why. Maybe 50. Sometimes it can be a bit weird, but that's just Photoshop for you. So now just type in whatever you think would work. So I'll do like you know, I pissed myself. That's a pretty good name for your thumbnail, you know. And then actually, I'll make it larger. So I'll make it about 50. And then now for the simple part, remember when I told you to little copy layer style? Do the same thing here, but do paste instead of copy, and you'll get this nice little effect. Now, if you see this little thing, delete it. I don't know why that exists. Let me just click this. Yes. So yeah, now you have the nice little thing. So for this little guy, it might be a bit weird because you're selecting like the whole entire image, but just press Control and T, and then you'll see this little box. You might have to zoom out with Alt, and then just like scale this little box up, and then you can kind of just keep doing it until you get like a big enough box, and then you can kind of turn this over, you know. Do whatever, place this wherever you want. I would put it over the little character on the original. And then for the simple part, super simple, get a nice color by clicking the brush tool and holding Alt, and then I would go like in the middle of here, get a good pink, not a good pink, but get whatever really matches your outline color, and then go here. It might say gradient tool. Just right click it and switch it to bucket tool, and right click most stuff to switch it to something, and then it'll look like this. It's super simple to fix this. All you have to do is go to color, and then you can set this down to about 50% on opacity, and boom, you get this nice little color effect. You know, this looks a lot better when your scene isn't 100% white, but let's ignore that. But yeah, as you can see, we've made a thumbnail. Now for the final thing, all you want to do is go here on File, Export Quick PNG, and now you have this effect. So you can call it whatever you want. I'm gonna call it and yeah, as you can see, I've made my little title. So yeah, I'm gonna save this, and now you have it on your local hard drive. Boom, done. You made a thumbnail. Good on you. Super easy. You can do the same thing with a different tool called Photopedia. It's an online tool, but I only use Photoshop because I just like it on my hard drive, even though it's like bloatware and takes up a bunch of RAM and stuff. Anyways, I'm ignoring that. So now you've finished, you know, you did whatever you need to. I don't really know anything else to include in here since I really did everything I really could. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. It's really simple. Use OBS to record, Premiere to edit, or DaVinci Resolve, but you would need to look up your own tutorials. And then Photopedia, or Photopea, however you say it, or Photoshop to make your thumbnails, since Photopedia is basically Photoshop Online, not made by Adobe though. So yeah, hope you enjoyed. Cool video. Yeah, that's how I make my videos. That's how I edit them, make the thumbnails. I hope this inspired someone to make a video today, any day, because I mean, like, I remember being a kid and wondering how this all worked, and yeah, you know. Also, leave a like or a sub. Sub would be much appreciated, because I'm trying to grow my channel again, and it's really hard to do weekend uploads, and also have like a ton of views and subs. So sub would be nice. Thanks for watching, and yeah, hope this video helped you in any sort of way with making videos. See you on the next one.